What is up, everybody? It is Antonio and
John.
on Angelmon. We're doing another unboxing. It's a late unboxing. All right, John, take the lead.
I'll just cut this while I'm struggling with this.
Oh yeah, see? You laughed at me last time when I tried to open the old one. He is really struggling there. All right, there you go.
They're open.
Yeah, the struggle's real.
So inside the package, you get the deck, and then in this little thing down here is a booster pack.
I will be opening this.
The deck just comes in this little slipcase. All right. So right on the top of the deck is Sunema. It has a different color back. It is the Digi-Egg for the blue deck. This Digimon gets 1000 DP when you battle an opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution sources. So blue, each color has their own sort of little gimmick. One of blue's is they like to decrease the Digivolution sources behind an opponent and then give you different benefits if you're fighting against Digimon without those sources. So next up is Gomamon. Also, every color, every deck has a card just like this one. Costs 2 to play from your hand or 0 to Digivolve. 3000 power with no effect. Just a cheap vanilla option. Gabumon is next. So he has an inheritable effect that trashes a Digivolution source every time he attacks.
And just so you guys know, I know it doesn't sound like much, but trust me, when that thing gets going, it's unstoppable. It is not even cool.
Bearmon, some of you might remember from some of the old DS games. Another vanilla card, no effect, 3 to drop, 4000 power. So he costs 1 more than the Gomamon for the extra 1000 power. I think Gomamon's a little bit better. It's nice to have the cheaper options. Moving into the champion levels is Ikapumon. Not too much to say about him. Pretty standard stats: 4 to drop, 2 to digivolve, 5000 power.
Most of the reason why I'm not speaking, guys, is mostly because I know nothing about blue. I suck with it, so I haven't played with it yet either.
So a very similar effect on Garurumon to trash Digivolution sources at the bottom of a card as an inheritable effect. And you'll notice there's only 2 of him. Every other card so far has been a 4 of. So if you actually want a play set of every card in the deck, you do need to buy 2 of it. And there's a couple others that only come as 2 ofs that we'll see in a little bit. Luckily, they do give you 4 copies of Grizzlymon, which is the blocker for blue. The starter decks, every card in the starter deck is exclusive to the starter deck, so the only way to get the main blockers for red, blue, and yellow is in these decks, but you just need the 1 copy for the blockers.
I will comment on this as well, that I did see, I was looking at some of the blockers that come exclusive with the starters decks, and they're selling for $5 each at some stores, which is, obviously, it is what it is, but yeah.
And keep in mind, this video is filmed pre-official release.
Yeah.
So prices are just crazy right now in general for this game. Hopefully that all comes down once
and the starters,
officially
like as of right now, the starters packs are $12 or something like that, right? $12, $13 ranging.
Even that's going up.
Yeah.
There's a place locally that's actually selling the starter decks for $30 each. Just totally gouging people.
Oh yeah. Not mentioning any names. Of course.
So where Garurumon is one of the rares for this deck. Really strong inheritable effect that when attacking a Digimon with no... When your opponent has at least 1 Digimon with no Digivolution sources, you get security attack +1. The thing about all these effects right now is they're sort of okay, but later on in the future there's a mechanic coming out called Digiburst, where you get to voluntarily get rid of your own Digivolution sources and activate different effects depending on whatever card it is you're playing. Once those type of decks become more powerful, I think some of these old starter deck blue cards could start seeing more play as well. Zudomon has an effect when digivolving, trash 2 Digivolution sources on one card. Zudomon was always one of my favorite looking Digimon from the original show. Just a big, giant, angry turtle with a hammer.
Oh no, I think my favorite was the one in the movie, the rabbit with the machine gun.
Yeah.
Just could not get over that. Like, I'll never forget the moment he came out in the movie. I was like, yes!
Plesiomon is the vanilla mega, so each deck has a really cheap mega, just 2 to digivolve into it, 10 to drop from your hand, and then 12,000 power, pretty respectable as well. Very popular in blue Omnimon decks because of how cheap it is. And then the super rare for this deck is the Metal Garurumon. When attacking once per turn, you get to unsuspend him. So he basically gets 2 attacks per turn. Or you can attack once and keep him active. That way he's not in danger of being attacked by your opponent's Digimon. So that's it for the Digimon in this deck. Next up is the Tamers. So you get 4 copies of Matt. It is a rare. His effect is if your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution sources, you gain 1 memory at the start of your turn. I actually think this is the strongest Tamer out of the 3 starter decks. Gaining memory is nice. It's only 2 to drop, but it's pretty easy for your opponent to avoid as well. So not the best card overall, but.
And on that same note, correct me if I'm wrong, John. I don't think there's a single Tamer that is not rare yet. As of yet, I can't. Every Tamer I've seen has been rare.
That's correct. I think up to at least, everything in the pre-release, which is sets 1 through 3 in Japan.
Has been definitely rare thus far.
And one of the best cards in blue, Hammer Spark, 0 cost, you gain 1 memory, or if it comes out through security, gain 2 memory. Really strong card. A lot of people play Rookie Rush with primarily blue Digimon, just specifically for this card. Really, really strong, really powerful. If you're playing a blue deck, you should probably be running at least 3, if not 4 of this. Really strong card. Soro Blue, another option card in this deck. One of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution sources can't attack or block until the end of the next turn. It's okay. Not the best card, but 2 copies of Kaiser Nail. So this is a really interesting card. It's a little bit expensive at a cost of 4, but basically you get to choose one of the Digimon inside your Digivolution sources and pull it out and play it as a second Digimon. So it turns, if you have Gabumon, Garurumon, Were-Garurumon, you can pull the Gabumon out and make it, now you have a Were-Garurumon and a Gabumon out on the field. So really interesting card, gives you some cool options. I haven't seen a lot of people use it competitively, but I think it's a really...
Why he looked at me and smiled is because I laughed, and the reason, I think he knows the reason why I laughed when he said 4 is a lot of cost. If you see how I play my deck, I'm a little crazy with cost. I really stopped caring at some point.
Yeah, a lot of people in this game try to memory star you, leave you with just 1 or 2, but Antonio doesn't care. He'll play it.
If I feel like playing it, I feel like playing it. Yeah. It always costs me that game, for the record. I do know this.
I have started a lot of turns with 6, 7, 8 memory.
And from the first turn, I lose.
And then the final card in this deck, Cocytus Breath. Man, when you compare it to Gaia Force, it's not that good.
But I think comparing cards to Gaia Force at this point is it's ridiculous. Come
on. But
because Gaia Force is its own
Gaia
thing.
Force is the standard, but
there is going to be a complete destruction card. I'm waiting for it.
But every color has a sort of Gaia Force comparable, or like Gaia Force Light. 7. This card should basically, in my opinion, not cost as much. You pay it for 7 memory, and then 1 card on the field goes back to the opponent's hand. But the thing about giving your opponent 7 memory is now they can just digivolve back into it or play it from their hand again. Whereas Gaia Force gets rid of the problem. So I don't like it as much for that reason. The equivalent in yellow is Seven Heavens, which decreases something by 10,000.
Oh my god, that card is not even cool. It just kills whatever you want it to kill.
Yeah. So that kills most things, and especially with yellow, you can pair it with other effects to make sure you kill something.
Well, just put it this way: you swing at an Omnimon with that 10,000, then you swing at something 5,000 suicide into it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just like you killed an Omnimon for nothing. Basically.
Yeah. Now that said, when Kakai's Breath comes out as security, its effect activates for free. That's a totally different story. Now you just send something on the field back to the hand. Especially if it's something like a blocker, you catch your opponent off guard, get to swing for game next turn. It's not. I'm not saying it's a bad card. Just
there's things that are better.
Yeah. Every deck comes with 2 of these little cardboard memory gauges. These circles can be popped out and used to place on top.
Don't do it, guys.
Memory. Yeah, they're not the greatest.
Just picture yourself trying to get that thing off when you're like in the middle of an intense battle. It's embarrassing. It's just.
And then the last thing included is 2 little cards with sort of instructions on how to play the game, some rulings, how tamer and option cards work, little things like that.
You kind of went over that in the last. Yeah. All right, for the moment of truth. All right. Start. This is just a booster pack. Comes with random cards. Can be any color. This one is obviously blue. It is a Frigmon, and it has jamming. What jamming is pretty cool. This Digimon cannot be deleted when it attacks security. So no matter if something's stronger than it or not, it cannot be deleted when it attacks security. Is that correct? Okay, you're looking at me like I'm not correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have a yellow card called the Golden Ripper. I like that. That sounds cool. All your Digimon gain the following effects for the turn. When attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 for the turn. That's pretty cool. That's a yellow. The next one is a Gomamon. Does nothing. He's just a evolution form, or Digivolution form.
Oh, he has an inheritable.
Oh, he does. Okay, never mind. I missed that.
On deletion, gain 1 memory for whatever he digivolves into.
Okay, the next one is Gorillamon. He's just a beefy boy.
Really cool about Gorillamon is he's only 1 cost to digivolve into champion.
Which is really nice when you're trying to get up fast and move up fast. The next one I have is a Gravity Crush. I've got so many of these. I think I got 5 of these or 6 of these. It's a red card, and it is gain 2 memory at the end of your turn and lose 2. So this is a good card for me. I love red, and I love playing big, expensive things like John was talking about. So at the beginning of my turn, technically I can have a total of 12, a 12 if coming from 0 points to play whatever I want. A Sukaimon? He's just a Digivolution, low cost. Well, yeah, low cost to play. Pumpkinmon, I've got lots of those. On trigger, so when he is deleted, you draw 2 cards and trash 1 from your hand. Oh my god. Radiation Blade. Radiation Blade is a cool card in theory. It's almost worked for me in a tournament so far. We'll talk a little bit more about the tournaments later, but it basically it gives 2 of your Digimon security plus 1, which is really cool when you're trying to attack something. Even if you're just suiciding for 1 turn, it has some benefits to itself.
Yeah, a really underrated card. You can catch your opponent off guard. So much of this game is setting up for the next turn
big attack.
And thinking, okay, what's my opponent going to have on board? He'll only have 3 Digimon, I'm safe. But then you drop something like that, and now you've caught them totally off guard. Everything is a little
I do love this card. I wish it had a security effect, but I get it. It's low cost already, so like giving it an extra thing it shouldn't have is a little much. Okay, Slash Angemon. When digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 8,000. So you can just kill something for free, or you can just assist with killing something for free. Devilmon does nothing, but he is a low cost again. And for my rare, because there's a rare in a super rare or 2 rares or a rare and something else. Upamon is a blue, and he's when attacking once per turn. If your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards in your play, trigger or draw 1.
Which tamer?
No tamer.
Tamer?
The next one is a metal
Tyranno?
a Metal Tyrannomon, and Metal Tyrannomon, basically his inheritance effect is when this Digimon deletes one of your opponent's level 6 or higher Digimon in a battle, unsuspend this Digimon. Cool, but like only reason why I'm disappointed is because I know I want something. I'm looking for more out of life right now.
It's a greedy boy.
I am
Wants those supers, those secrets.
I am a greedy boy. Alright guys, that takes it for this video. We'll be recording a second video, and it'll be red next, and hopefully something rare will come through. Alright.
Thanks for joining us, guys. See you in the next one.
Yeah.